In this video, I will present the top 13 consulting firms for manufacturing companies. Did you know that about 65% of manufacturing projects fail to deliver expected results? Not because the strategy or technology was wrong, but because change adoption would break down, resistance would grow on the shop floor, and implementation would lose momentum after launch. Which is why selecting the right manufacturing consulting partner directly impacts your organization's success. Let us jump right into it. Here is how to follow along. First, I am going to provide you with an overview of each of the 13 selected manufacturing consulting firms. After the overview, we will now go over a practical checklist that will allow you to narrow down the list even further. Let us start with Accenture. One thing about Accenture is they are often chosen when manufacturing companies are dealing with very large, technology heavy transformations. They are especially strong when digital manufacturing, automation, smart factories, and system integration are at the center of the initiative. So, what does this mean to you? As I provide you with an overview of each one of these companies, you want to keep some of the things that I am saying in mind to determine whether they are similar to the type of initiative that your organization is implementing. For example, with Accenture, if your program involves multiple plants, new platforms, or enterprise wide technology change, then you want to consider Accenture as part of the narrowed down list of organizations that you reach out to interview to determine which one is right for your company. Accenture brings scale and execution power to large scale transformation initiatives. Next on this list is Airiodion Group Consulting. Airiodion Group is rated a top consulting firm for manufacturing organizations because they provide end to end support, not just strategy decks or recommendations. Their consultants are led by very senior individuals who stay with you throughout to ensure that all the way from planning, designing, building, testing, implementation, and sustenance after go live, that your organization receives a white glove support throughout the entire process to help increase your organization's success. Another reason why Airiodion Group is rated a best consulting firm for the manufacturing industry is that they don't treat project or change management as siloed activities. They apply a four-phase, scalable, and flexible manufacturing transformation framework to help implement successes. And that framework can be applied for system generations like ERP programs or digital manufacturing initiatives, or if your organization is doing operational excellence. The four-phase framework can be applied to any type of manufacturing program. Airiodion Group is also recognized as a top consulting firm for manufacturing because they combine end to end embedded as well as what I talked about, the white glove approach, which they use to partner with impacted users across your organizations as well as stakeholders to ensure that they are getting buy-in across the grassroots level, which increases the success of manufacturing projects. Next on this list is Alvarez and Massal. They are typically brought in when manufacturing organizations need fast, decisive execution. So if that is your organization, if your organization needs fast and decisive implementation, then you want to consider Alvarez and Massa. They are known for turnaround situations, cost reduction, and operational performance improvement. If the priority for your organization is stabilizing operations or improving margins quickly, this firm can be considered as one of the lists, as one of the shortlisted firms for your organization to reach out to determine the right fit. Next on this list is Bain and Company. They are frequently selected for manufacturing strategy and performance improvement types of engagements. They focus heavily on results, value creation, and measurable outcomes. Manufacturers often work with Bain when they need clear strategic direction together with disciplined execution tied to financial impact. Who do we have next on the list? We have Bearing Point. They are well established across Europe. So if your organization is a European manufacturing company, then you want to consider Bearing Point as one of the organizations that you add to your shortlisted list. They are commonly used for operations improvement, regulatory alignment, and efficiency initiatives, especially in environments with complex compliance or regional requirements. So, if what I just said, complex compliance, regional requirements, efficiency, regulatory alignment, if these are all things that your organization is implementing right now and you are based in Europe, then you want to consider Bearing Point. Next on this list is Boston Consulting Group. Boston Consulting Group, also known as BCG, they are global, so they support organizations in any region. They are widely associated with advanced manufacturing, smart factories, and Industry 4.0 programs. Organizations often engage BCG when they want to redesign operating models, modernize production networks, or adopt next generation manufacturing capabilities. So, if that is your organization, if your organization is looking to redesign your operating model, or modernize production networks, or adopt next generation manufacturing capabilities, then you want to consider BCG as one of the shortlisted organizations for your company. Next on this list is Capgemini. They are a strong option for manufacturers looking to modernize through digital and engineering driven solutions. They combine advisory services with technology delivery, making them a popular choice for smart factory and digital manufacturing implementations, particularly in Europe. Next on this list is Deloitte. They offer broad end to end manufacturing consulting capabilities for clients across the globe. They are often selected for large ERP programs, supply chain transformation, analytics, and enterprise operational initiatives. Their strength lies in coordinating complex programs that span multiple functions and regions. Next on this list, we have Infosys Consulting. They are commonly used by manufacturers who are pursuing digital transformation and Industry 4.0 initiatives, especially those with global or APAC operations. Their approach blends consulting with strong technology delivery, making them effective for platform modernization and analytics driven operations. So, as you can see, what we are doing here is providing you with a global list of top manufacturing consulting firms. That way, irrespective of your location in the globe, you will be able to find one or two consulting companies from this list to support your organization. Next on this list, we have Corning. Now, with this organization, they have a strong history in manufacturing operations, procurement, and supply chain optimization. Organizations often engage them when the focus is on improving efficiency, reducing costs, and strengthening operational fundamentals across production and sourcing. So, if this is your organization going through uh, an initiative to improve efficiency, to reduce cost, to strengthen your operational fundamentals, then you want to consider this consulting company as part of your shortlisted list. We now move on to McKinsey. They are often selected for very large, enterprise wide manufacturing transformations. However, their engagement typically spans strategy, productivity improvement, and operational excellence. They are commonly involved when leadership alignment and performance rigor are critical. Next on this list is Roland Berger. They are especially strong in industrial goods, automotive, and engineering driven manufacturing sectors. So, manufacturers often engage with them on competitiveness, industrial strategy, and operational transformation, particularly within European markets. And the final organization on this list is Tata. Now, Tata is frequently chosen for manufacturing IT and technology led transformation. They support large scale ERP, plant systems, and digital manufacturing platforms, especially for organizations that require global delivery and standardized execution across regions. If your organization is based in APAC, then you want to consider Tata consultancy services. So as you can see, each of these organizations bring unique strengths to the table. Now, how do you go from this list of 13 top manufacturing consulting firms down to 2 to 3 for your organization to reach out to, schedule an interview with them, and then determine out of those final lists of 2 to 3 which one will be the right fit for your organization's initiatives. Let us go over the checklist next, which will help you to narrow down the list. So, as promised, here is the full checklist that you can use to identify the best consulting firm for your organization. Use the link below this video to download this checklist, and you and members of your team can start applying this checklist immediately as you evaluate potential partners. As you can see on my screen, step one is narrowing down the list. So before interviews even begin, you want to reduce your options to just 2 or 3 consulting firms by assessing similar types of projects that they have delivered, as well as whether they provide hands on strategic and tactical support. This is important because you want to ensure there is adequate project type fit as well as industry fit, meaning that do they support your specific industry? Geographic presence is also important, but most importantly, is also delivery model. What does this mean? It really means do they have a scalable and flexible delivery framework which will allow them to hit the ground running on day one and providing value? So, this is very important. Also, do they provide hands on tactical as well as strategic support? Is also very important. The next step is interviewing the shortlisted list of 2 to 3 consulting firms. And during the interview, we are recommending that you ask them some of these questions that we have included here. But you don't have to ask them all of these questions. We have included why each question matters, as you can see on my screen. That way, you can better determine which of these questions you will prioritize when meeting with and interviewing the consulting firm. Step three is where you evaluate and you also compare the interviewed 2 to 3 firms to determine which one to select. So after the interview, you want to compare them based on their delivery approach, cultural alignment, their communication style, and how they connected with you and your team during the interview. Why is this important? Well, you represent your company's culture. And so if the consultants connect very well with you, they are very likely to also connect well with impacted users across your organization. So that level of connection is very important to help you narrow down the list between the 2 to 3 firms that were interviewed down to one to be selected for this opportunity. As you can see here on the checklist, we emphasize look for chemistry. That basically means looking for connection for the management consultants that clicked well with you and your other leadership team that were part of interviewing the consulting firms. Step four is where you make the final decision. Before you finalize your choice, you want to ensure you are confirming scope, timelines, and success measures such as adoption and business impact. Most importantly, though, you also want to ensure that you align with the consulting firm on how knowledge transfer will happen at the end. Basically, the right consulting firm should leave you and your organization stronger, more capable, and better prepared for future initiatives. So, the main message is very simple, though. The best consulting firm for your organization is not the biggest name or the most popular brand. It is the consulting firm that understands your people, your culture, and your business goals and will help you achieve lasting results long after the engagement ends. That is the best consulting firm for your organization. And if your organization is preparing for or currently undergoing one or more manufacturing initiatives, I can help. As highlighted in this video, Airiodion Group Consulting is recognized as one of the top consulting firms for the manufacturing sector. Even if you just have questions or you would like to discuss pain points that you or your organization are having in regards to project or change management or program delivery, and you would just like to discuss best practices for mitigating such pain points or challenges, feel free to reach out. I would love to have that conversation with you. You can find the link to contact me below. It is where it says contact OB Airiodion. That's the link for you to reach out to me. Talk to you soon. And don't forget to like this video, as that lets me know that you have received value from it. You can also subscribe to the channel so you don't miss great content like this one.